Well, good afternoon, folks. I am just going to take a quick second and introduce our President and CEO, Earl Mann, who is, as you know, our innovative and creative CEO of our company who has taken us to a whole new level. And he is going to introduce Jesse Music, our speaker, and we will get on with the call.
Well, thank you, Connie, and I'd like to welcome everybody to today's call. We are so excited to finally begin introducing to you to a list of things we have ready to roll for 2014 in an ongoing effort to be one of the highest quality solutions on the market for the most cost-effective pricing. We're going to continue that trend. We started down that road last year, and today we're going to start to give you some preview and some insight into some things that we're going to do in 2014. Today, we are excited to focus on something that has been at the heart of conversations around internet and now internet/mobile marketing for the last year or more, and that's in your ability to create these custom web environments, including your ability to capture some personal information about the people that visit those sites. And what we're talking about in our world is online pages and in forms, subscription forms. So today, we're proud to announce and kind of introduce our brand new highly optimized online page module and the corresponding subscription form module as well. And to do that, we have none other than the chief architect and designer of this platform, Mr. Jesse Music. Jesse has become an internal celebrity over the last couple of years as he continues to raise the bar of what our products can do and what they can do now and what they have promised to do in the future. So it's really with absolute pleasure for the first time in 2014 that I get to introduce to you and turn over the platform and floor to Mr. Jesse Music. Jesse, the floor is yours.
I am here.
He is here. And, you know, it's a good thing that we did that because we've had a lot of additional people join us in just that span of 3-4 minutes. So, Jesse, I just went to, you probably heard me introduce you. So
I did, and I said that the reason I dialed in on the muted line is I thought we were going to get on here and listen to you talk about how to dress down a deer and make some Texas barbecue. I was really excited about that.
That'll be the complete wrong call. All right. Well, sorry about the confusion on that, and we are ready to roll now. Jesse, I think
awesome.
Everybody, you know, Jesse, you may want to remind, we had a lot of people that joined. When I came in, I heard the number. So we had a lot of people join us in the last 2 minutes, and they may or may not have the glance ID, so you may just want to make sure to start with that and make sure everybody's seeing what you're seeing, and we'll start rolling from there.
All right, great. All right, if anybody has not joined us on the Glance session in the email that was sent out, there was a link that you can click on, and it should get you in. And if for some reason you can't, you can go to http://view.glance.net, view.glance.net, and when you get there, you can put a session key in 1010, and then just scroll down and click the Join Session button. Your web browser will download a little applet, and it's almost instantaneous, and all you need to do is just navigate to your downloads wherever your browser downloads the little file, and just double-click on the little Glance applet, and it will get you right in, and you should see my screen, and I have Office Pro up. And the last thing I wanted to ask is, Earl, do you know if anyone is recording this?
Yes, they are.
Okay, great. All right, great. Then I won't bother to do it. All right. Awesome. First of all, I want to say thank you guys for being such avid users of Office Pro. It's been a lot of fun. A lot of the things that we have come up with are suggestions from you guys, and I know that one of the big requests that we had once we rebuilt and rolled out the new theme builder for the letter library, and then we implemented that technology on into the video email theme creations, and then on into the audio email theme creation. we had tons and tons and tons of emails and requests saying, hey, please, 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 could you bring that over to the online pages? And I got to tell you, I called Earl. I wasn't really sure if you guys were using the online pages very, very much, so I decided to just go take a look. And just in the last few months, there's been over 6,000, almost 7,000 online pages created in the online page maker. And if you guys could just give me 1 second, I'm going to mute out for just a moment. Okay, I'm back. So I'm really excited about this, and we've made it really easy. Plus, we've even added some new features here. I'm going to just sort of skip through this first part of the presentation, and then I'll drop back, and we'll slow down because some of you wanted to record this first part of the presentation so that it could be used for a presentation piece. So we're just going to skip through some of the important pieces of that, and then we'll drop back and I'll go through some more details and answer some of your questions. All right, so the great news about online pages, it is so easy to use. And so if you want to create an online page, it's really quick. I mean, creating online pages has never been easier. There are a lot of companies out there that advertise, hey, come over to our website and you can create an online page. Well, that's all well and good, and then when you create the online page with them, then it's like, oh, well, you can, if you want a form here, you need to go get an account with this company or that company, and oh, you want video? Oh, well, you can put in YouTube or Flickr or some of the or Vimeo or some of these other third-party video providers that ultimately lead people away from your web page. And what we have done here with Office Pro is we have one single login for all the tools. You can put online forms. You can put HTML5 hosted video in here, and which means that when you create an online page or a newsletter, you're not going to lose people to YouTube when they click on view on YouTube, and then it takes them over there, and then they see all these advertisements on the sides, which I'm really excited about, and a lot of other people are excited about it as well. So let's go check it out. Online pages in the Power Tools, online pages, click it, and it will open up. And we have completely redone all of the tutorials here, and to watch the tutorials and go over in detail what we're going to go over today on the call, you can just click that picture and it will open up in a brand new window. Full details, full tutorials on our, if you want to use our professional designs, I'm going to walk you through step by step how to quickly get an online page up with a form already in it, so you don't have to worry about creating a form, basic layouts, and even code your own. And this code your own is what I'm super, super excited about. So we're going to run back over here to online pages, close this down, and we'll click next, and we'll open up the online page module. Okay. So we want to create a brand new online page, and when we click the new button, the system is going to ask you, do you want to use our designer themes, or do you want to just use some basic layouts, or do you want to code your own? And this is really great because, in essence, there are three types of, people out there that use the web to do their marketing, and that's the beginner. And the beginner, they need design. They need some help with color schemes and images. They want to be able to get online to just get their product and their marketing started and look like a pro. And if that's you, hey, we got you covered right here at Designer Themes. If you are if you've kind of stepped up, you've been in online marketing for just a little while and you've downloaded an image editor and maybe Photoshop and you're getting kind of used to that and you're able to create your own images, this basic designs is for you. All you have to do, we provide the layout. All you have to do is just upload your images and you're ready to roll. If you have been in online marketing for a while, you've learned HTML code, and now you are used to creating all of your pages on your desktop like this, so you're used to working with HTML code, we have really got you covered here with Code Your Own. So I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to run through these three. I'm going to start with Designer Themes. We're going to click it one time. And guys, for those of you who are on the call who are used to the video email themes, you're going to love this, because what we did is we took all of the video email themes, and when you see the images next to the video here, and you can cut this out of this piece here, guys, but I just want to make this note. When you see this image here, Earl has been on us to get this rolled out every day. He's called me, haven't you, Earl? When is the online page going to be here? I'm excited about it. Let's get it. So we finally got it, but we need to update the thumbnails here and the preview images so that it will reflect the form. And if you want an image on the right, all you have to do is just go back over to the video email themes, create one there, because it has the images to the right of the video for you. This is really, really neat, though. What I love about this, you just click it, and so many people were struggling with their forms, like, hey, I want an online page, but, I need to get a form in there. I have to go, create a form, and then I have to go put the code in the page. Could you seamlessly put that together for us? And your wish has been our command. I'm just going to go ahead and designer theme. And bring you over here and show you. Okay, guys. We've got you covered both on your lead capture page and on your thank you page. Before, when you created a really good-looking lead capture page, you had to also create a thank you page, and a lot of people forgot about that. And they would create a form, and when someone filled out the form would then redirect to the generic, white page that says, hey, you just filled out the form, thank you, and it felt really generic. So what we did for you is we created a thank you page, but we also included the form. So when you click on any page in the system, in the design gallery, we're going to go ahead and create the form for you. I want to bring this over to the letter builder. And what's really cool is if you want to customize this form, you can from right here. Click the little pencil, and then down at the bottom, there's another little pencil with a little square next to it. If you click that little square, it's going to open up this form in edit mode in the subscribe forms. And here it's going to give you an opportunity to change the name of the form. It's going to also give you the opportunity to select anybody that fills out this form. You can select the list that you want the system to put them in when they complete the form. And you don't even have to worry about the thank you page anymore because we build that in here. The thank you page merge code is already there. And if you want to assign them, like when they complete the form, if you want a letter to go out or start an autoresponder on them, you can here. So it makes it really, really simple. I'm going to click Save and Close. All right, so I'm going to close the theme builder, and we're just going to save and close this and bring it right back up. And I'll refresh. Okay, you can see here's the designer theme, and I misspelled it, but you can see here is the designer theme that we just created, or the online page. Very simple to create, so it just took a couple of clicks, and now we have a complete page. And let's click Edit again and bring it up and have some fun. Okay, I'm going to click Next and go on over to the letter builder. Here's the thank you page. Right here. So you can edit this also while you're here. We'll go to the theme builder. And here you can even make this a sales page if you want to. So if you want someone to fill out your form before they go inside, you can literally create anything you want to create here simply by just clicking the edit button, add images, add videos, add buttons to your shopping cart. Whatever you want to add here, you can right here on the thank you page. So we've got you covered all the way around. Now for you guys out there that aren't really interested in a lead capture page, if you simply just want to have an online newsletter, we got you covered there too. It's very simple. I'm going to go to the landing page. We're going to delete the form. We'll move our mouse pointer over and delete the video slot. And now we have our online newsletter. So you can easily convert these into newsletters right out of the gate. So we close this, and I can save my changes, or if I click next, it's very, very simple. Once I've finished doing my editing, here is another major change we made. Prior to this, the links were very long. Now we've made one simple link, and there's your online page. Now, I'm going to go back and create a new one and show you something. So if we create a new page and someone clicks on my form and fills out my form and then goes to the thank you page, I'm going to edit this one more time. We'll go to my thank you page. You'll notice that there's merge codes built in here. First name fixed. All of these contact details you can insert into the thank you page. We've now integrated the thank you page in with the form so that when someone fills out the form and goes into your thank you page or your sales page, whatever you put on the back side of that form that it redirects to, the system can personalize your sales page to the contact. So it will write in the contact's name, their email, phone number, anything that you ask for on that form. The system can write that information in on this page. So this is really neat as far as personalization goes, because it can say, hey, thank you, Earl, for completing my form. You da-da-da-da-da-da. So we really wanted to make this really neat, really slick for you, and also very, very easy. The other piece that let me scroll back. I'm going to close this up and show you one other thing here. I'm going to click another page. Oops. Okay, I did want to show you this one piece that we built in before you leave. A lot of you were struggling with, hey, I put in a form, I've messed it up, I want to put in a different form. You can do that also. You just click the pencil button, and it will bring this up, and then when you click this pencil here, this is going to bring in your subscribe forms, so there's no more having to go into the HTML code and deleting all of that ugly mess of code, and then sending in a support ticket and saying, hey, my page quit working. I inserted another form in there, and it just quit. And so what we've done is we have come in here and made these forms so that it will automatically insert it in there for you. Now, also on the video, same thing. People were saying, hey, you know what, I've got video in here and I want to replace it. Well, it's really easy. You just click on the pencil below the video, and then you can decide what video you want to insert. So you don't have to worry about going in and deleting any nasty code. Everything is just really dynamic and all right here for you. I want to show you another little trick that we've made for you. This is really neat. Some people say, you know what, forms on my page seems a little messy, and what I'd like to do is just insert a link to my form. I'm going to show you something. Let me put this down here. We're going to go over to form link. And here's my form, but what I want to do is I would rather insert the button. Click here to access now. Okay. You can even change the color of the buttons. You can change the color of the font. Okay, you can change it all right there. And we're going to insert this form here. Well, that's supposed to work. Well, guys, for some reason that's not working on my PC. We'll have to record this in a moment after I have the programmers take a look at it. I apologize about that. So, but anyway, it is supposed to insert the form, and then when the button is inserted there, we use a shadow box to bring the form up rather than a pop-up. So we can now get away from pop-up blockers. We can get away from all of the security issues with pop-ups. This uses like a little shadow box, and it comes in underneath, just over the top of the page with a little shadow behind it. It's really, really cool. I'm going to move on over to basic pages now. Online pages again. The basic pages is pretty simple. A lot of people are checking their pages and things on mobile devices now, so we've given you several different widths that you can work with. This 340 is my favorite. Okay, here is just for internal purposes, you'll name it. But this page title, if you look up at the top, you can see Office F5 here or Designer Theme here. Anything that you put here is what whoever clicks on your link will see in their browser tab. So if you want to put whatever you want to put in here, you can put in there, and that will be what's called the title of the page or the page name. Over here, if you've got Google Analytics, you can paste in your code there and even meta tags and keywords if you want to create some SEO for your pages. All right, here is really cool. We'll click on Go to the Theme Builder, and we've already inserted all of these different columns for you to work with, and if you don't want one or if you don't want them in there, you can just delete them. And if you want to put them back in, you can just click the player, or excuse me, on the left-hand menu under Add Block, select whatever you want to add, and then just drag it up and drop it, and you can drop it right in. Same thing with your video. You can swap out the video just like this, clicking the pencil just below the player, okay? And that's it. That's all there is to it. And if you want to insert images, very simple. You just double-click on the image or click the image, double-click on it, and this will bring up your image gallery. And then you simply insert the image that you want to insert or upload. Upload is really simple. You just click the image upload and then drag and drop. You just bring like a window on your desktop like Internet Explorer, whatever file manager you have on your computer, and then you just drag and drop all of your images in here, and the system will upload your images. Now I want to take you to my favorite piece, and that is the code your own. And here is, it's very simple. You just go into Dreamweaver, grab your code, and paste it in. But I want to take you through just a little quick process. We've also created a way for you to make your own thank you pages as well. And we created this code, $SID equals %% CID %%. And I'm going to show you how to utilize that in a moment. You can see here that I have on my desktop in Dreamweaver, I have all of this HTML code. This is my CSS. And I know that probably a lot of you are scratching your head right now going, what is that? Well, CSS is really cool, and I'll just give you just really quick. I was thinking about this earlier today, and the one thing about learning some HTML code, and especially if you're going to be working with customers and that sort of thing, the one great thing about some customization is it really frees you up. You know, it's kind of like going to New York and taking a taxi cab using other people's designs. But when you get to the place where you can code your own, create your own graphics, it just really frees you up. It's kind of like getting an automobile and being able to drive anywhere you want to go. Anything that you think of, anything that you see, you can replicate, you can duplicate, and you can do that with code your own. And that's what this CSS code here is. It's part of the code that controls where everything is and how it's displayed on my web page. And you can see here I have a little square that represents a video. And here I have this little square that represents my form. This is my lead capture page, and then here is my thank you page. On this page, I have some merge codes built in, and I also have 3 videos. And then down below, after they watch the 3 videos, I want them to set an appointment. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run over to Office Pro, and the first thing I'm going to do is create my thank you page. So what I'll do is, I'm over here, Coffee Business thank you page. And here's why I want to create my thank you page. Here's why I want to create my thank you page. I need to get my thank you page URL so that when I go to my subscribe form and create my subscribe form for my lead capture page, I can paste in the link to my thank you page in my subscribe form, and then my subscribe form, when it's filled out, will redirect to my thank you page. And I'll also add that little piece of code that I showed you a moment ago. So we're here in Online Pages. I've got my new page started, my coffee thank you, and I'm going to, for my page title, I'm just going to put Coffee Shop Business. All right. But I want to first show you my pages. Label. This is what my lead capture page looks like. Okay? Very simple. It's very clean. I just have a background image, and I have a title. It's about a coffee shop lifestyle. I have a video on here that talks about how you can run your business from a coffee shop, even from your kitchen coffee table. And then I have my lead capture page. Now let's go to my thank you page. This is my thank you page. Here's my 3 videos that I want them to watch, and just a little fundamental stuff. I want to qualify them before they actually set up an appointment. And then down here, I'm going to ask them to set an appointment on my page. So what I've incorporated here is 3 items: an online page, I've incorporated HTML5 video that I've uploaded into Office Pro, and I've also incorporated my web calendar. And you can do that in every module, the designer themes, the basic themes, and code your own. But the reason I saved this till last here is I wanted to show you a little bit about all of the features that you have available for you in every single module. So I'm going to close these pages down. We're going to go to Next. All right, so I have my images already uploaded into the system, and if I didn't, it would be very easy. I'm going to create, here's my images here. I'm going to create another category. I'm competing for bandwidth here. Let me refresh and bring this back up. Another place we have it as well is in the image gallery, right here in your Power Tools. You can upload your images first, and that's what I always do. I go to my image gallery first, then I create my category, and I'm going to put my coffee images. All right, there we go. And then I just click Upload Images. All right. Let me bring my images over here for you so you can see me do this. All right. Here's my images. I'm going to click View and go to Details so I can just grab them all. There's all of my images to my online page. I'm going to drag them in here and just drop them in. And you'll see these little orange buttons turn to green. That means everything is uploaded and ready for you to upload. So I'll click Upload. Okay, here's my images. So my next step is I need to grab the path to my images to put in Dreamweaver, because if I just uploaded the web page without having my images point to my images that are loaded on the server at Office Pro, everybody would get just a blank page, and I don't want that to happen. So just grab my image URL. So I just clicked on the image, and then I'll grab the path to the images on Office Pro server. Close it down. I go to Dreamweaver, here to my code, and I select the part of the path that I want to change. This path here is the image to my local hard drive. So I'm going to click Find and Replace. I'll paste in the new path to the images that I've just uploaded to Office Pro. And I'll change this to Open Documents. I want Dreamweaver to change the path in all of my documents. So I'll just click Replace All. Okay, now I'm done. Now I'm ready to rock and roll. So the last thing I need to create is my Schedule Appointment button. I need to run into Office Pro, into my web calendar, and grab my button and paste it into my online page that I'm about to upload. What I love about this calendar is this is an online calendar that can be put in your email, it can be put on Facebook, it can be put anywhere. You just select the button you want to appear, and the system will automatically change the button down here. And then you just grab the code here and go paste it on your blog, put it in your email, put it wherever you want to, and then when people click to access your calendar, they can't actually see your appointments, but what they can see is your availability. And what I mean by availability, I have gone into the system and said, okay, look, I'm available Monday. This is the day that I'm off from this time on Monday. The rest of the time, I've got another job that I'm working, and I'm out and about, and I'm unable to return calls until the evening. Now I can take calls Tuesday through Friday in the evening. On the weekends, I'm totally booked. I have a bunch of charity stuff that I do. So these are the only times that I can take calls and take appointments and return calls. So I'm just going to run over here to Dreamweaver again, to my HTML editor, and I'm going to paste that code in here. Okay? But I want to keep my same image, so I'm going to go ahead and just find my other image. Whoops, I got to change this to my other drive. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. Go to my assets, and there's my calendar button there. So I click OK. But now I still need to change this to the link over to Office Pro. So I'm going to run over here and grab that Office Pro link that points to the server. place it here. And now I'm ready to upload my page. So I know this sounds like a lot of work, but it's really not. This thing is going to come together in about 60 seconds. I'm going to close my image gallery down, go to Online Pages, go to Next. I'm going to click New. Go to your own. I'm going to go on over to my theme builder. I'm going to click HTML code. And watch what happens. Go to Dreamweaver, scroll to the top. I'll grab all of my CSS code, copy, go back to Office Pro, erase this text at the top where it says put in my CSS code. And we're going to paste in my CSS code here. And you can see there's my background image now. Now I'm going to go to my thank you page. And I'm going to grab all of the HTML code between my body tags. Copy. And where it says enter the HTML code, that's exactly what I want to do is delete that text, paste in my HTML code, and voila. There's my page with my videos, with my appointment. Okay? So now I'm ready to grab the link and change it so that I can put it on my form. We're going to go to Finish, and here's my link. Remember that code? All I have to do is paste in the link to my thank you page here, then grab this code, open up my subscribe form, and put the link in here. And now I just need to grab my HTML code and put it on my lead capture page, and I'm ready to roll. But first, I want to edit this. There we are. Close the theme builder. Now here's what's really neat is, we give you a whole bunch of different options to put your code on your page. I like using the iframe. It's just cleaner. I don't have to paste all this internal code on my web page. I'll let Office Pro host my form. And what we do is, because the iframe is like a window in a home, it's like a window on your web page. And that window links to the form that's on the server, and so whenever someone opens up your page, it calls up your form, and it fills up that window with your form. And this gives me an opportunity, this little preview link. I can kind of see how big my frame is in relation to my form. You see this? My frame is really wide. Well, what I want to do is I'm going to bring this down a little bit, the size of it down, 275. And let's click preview. Okay. There we are. That's a lot closer. I'm going to go down here to my width and my height, and I'm going to change this to 285. I'll change this to 270. Now I'm ready to grab my code. Copy. I'm going to put it on my landing page. And there's my form down here. Paste. Now I've got my form ready. And I have videos loaded in Office Pro. All I have to do is go grab my video code, my player code, out of Office Pro and paste it in here, and I'm done. So what's my next step? I need to create my lead capture page in Office Pro. I'll click Save and Close on my thank you page. Okay, let's click New. Load your own. If I wanted to categorize it, I could. I could create some categories here and categorize my theme, but I don't want to do that. I'm going to go on over to the same theme builder, click HTML code. We're just going to run back and do the exact same thing. Grab the CSS code, go back to Office Pro, paste it in, go back to Dreamweaver, grab the HTML code of my lead capture page. I'll copy everything between the body tags, run back over to Office Pro, paste it in there, and here's my lead capture page. All right, so now I am ready to roll. I need to make one little modification on my lead capture page. Okay, I'm going to repaste my code in there. That's how easy it is to make a modification. You just simply modify it in Dreamweaver and then run back over to Office Pro and paste your new change in, and you're done. All right, there we are. Let's save and close. Oop. Go to Next, and we'll grab our URL. Now here's our URL. Voila, we're all good. So let's put in okay, here's my thank you page. It says, thank you, Jesse. And now I can watch the videos. And here's the neat part about this appointment, schedule appointment, is when I click it, up pops my appointment page. And I can select the appointment, and I'm ready to roll. Simple as that. That text I just got was Office Pro texting me, letting me know that somebody just completed my page. I'm going to click Save and Close, and we're done. I'm going to take just a quick break here, guys. We're going to go over and talk about the subscribe forms next. So let's take a quick break. Connie, you want to open the call up and ask any questions?
Great job, Jeff. Great job. I think she's unmuting the call as we speak. So.
Oh, great. I thought maybe I'd lost everybody.
Oh, no.
Okay, we should be unmuted.
Have I completely lost everybody?
Are you there?
I am here.
We're here. I don't know if the speaker line folks are here. I don't know if the general listeners are. And,
do you have any questions, or do you have any questions or comments about what we just talked about?
No, I'm going to try one more time to unmute, but hold on one second.
And as Connie does that, you covered a lot of things just now, and if you're not of the advanced skill set and didn't understand some of that piece of it, that's fine. Don't worry about it. We just wanted to make sure that we could do a video that encompasses everybody from the brand new beginner all the way to the expert. And also, if you're brand new to looking at this and have not yet taken the time to review the very good tutorial videos, those do a very good job of showing you how to use this new module all the way up until the point that you would have to understand code and things like that for the more advanced type. So with that, Connie, I think you're going to try to open up the line and see if there were any questions. And if they are, we can address them quickly. And if not, Jesse, we can move on into subscribe forms.
Okay.
Yeah, it is going through the motions of, and it says unmuted, but is anyone able to share a question?
I think it's still muted on the off of the speaker line. So because I don't hear any background noise. We always do when we open up the line. So let's assume they're just still muted out. I know we still have listeners on the call. So Jesse, let's just go ahead and maybe migrate into the subscribe forms, and let's get through that, and then we can probably spend a little bit more time on trying to figure out how to unmute the general listener line.
Okay. Well, awesome. We're going to run back over here to subscribe forms, and I'm going to show you just how easy we've made creating subscribe forms now. Form, which I do a lot because I like to manipulate the CSS code. It's just a little bit more advanced, but before you had to pull all that down. It really didn't have access to the CSS code. Now you do. So I go to the theme builder, and right here I can just click on the CSS source, and I can manipulate the source right here in the online interface. So I can control the colors. I can control everything here if I'm a little bit more advanced. And that's why the basic is really good for the advanced, because it's pretty clean, and you just come in here and add the pieces that you want, and you're done. And then you just grab the code, and you're ready to roll. You can bring it into bring it into Dreamweaver, and then manipulate the code there if you wish. So it's real simple. I'm going to go back and show you what we've made for the beginners, like a lot of us are. Want to create a really nice looking form, but we don't want to have to learn HTML code, and don't want to have to go through that mind-bending, brain-freezing stuff that I just showed you on Code Your Own Online Pages. So I'm going to click this, and I'm kind of fighting for bandwidth, but it will come up here in just a moment. But we did the same thing with the forms as we did with the online pages, as we did with video email. We resized all of the letter themes and brought them in so that the system could just give you a really neat little form. And what's neat about these subscribe forms is you can put video in there, you can use the link, you can use the QR code. In fact, I'll just tell you a quick story. If I can get this up, I don't know why I'm not coming up here. It says waiting. But we have a really good story. There's a guy that he is a franchise sales guy, and he does a lot of his work on the road. He's not in his office hardly at all, and does a lot of traveling. And he gets the majority of his leads sent to him on his phone, and most of them are mobile phones. And so when he calls his prospects back, his prospects are on their phone. And he said, Jesse, what I've realized is that if people don't fill out my form, and again, I want to reiterate this thing. This guy is in franchise sales, so his time is really valuable. He makes between $3,000 and $10,000 per franchise sale. So he has to make a sale. I mean, he said that he does, but he said, I have to make a franchise sale at least once a week. So I can't spend my time on the phone with people who aren't interested. So what we did is we came in here and we created a form, and I'll show you how quickly and easily we did this. Let me use the same cat theme. All right, let's go to the theme builder. Okay. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to edit this stuff here. Can you see my screen okay, Earl? Let's edit the first and last name. When you click on that, the system now pops up a little window, and you can actually control the text that's in here. I'll show you. Name 1. You see how it changes in the field? So we no longer need to have like first name above or to the left of the field. We can now put it right inside the field, and then when they click in the field, it just disappears. So let me put the text back in there.
That's very nice, yes. That's very nice.
All right. Let's click close. Same thing with email. Now let's insert a checkbox. It inserts the checkbox with the text beside it. So, do you want pardon me, hang on for 1 second here. Let's see. Give me a good question that a checkbox can only handle, Earl. Like, check it if you like it.
You mean check to confirm?
Yeah, let's see here. Let's see. Receive weekly updates. Okay. Now, what's neat about this is I've got an autoresponder. Whoop. Let me fix my text. I have an autoresponder here, and Earl, you and I had gone through a while back and created some autoresponders in here, and I'm going to put this on mobile apps.
Oh yeah, okay, that's a good idea.
So I have a form here, and if somebody wants to receive weekly updates, I have an autoresponder with an email that goes out every 7 days that just drips on these people with an update on our mobile apps. So I can actually right here insert a checkbox and then choose an autoresponder to go with the checkbox. So if they put a check in this box, when they click subscribe, then the system is going to initiate that autoresponder. Very, very cool. Let's change this text on subscribe. Show you how easy that is. There you go. See how easy that is, Earl? It's very simple to add things. Let's add a drop-down menu. There's our drop-down menu. Select.
No, just one thing we should probably point out that's probably going right over a lot of people's head is that, in the mobile and phone environment, space is such a premium, and the fact that you don't have to put the name of the box next to the box completely increases the value of the form, because you can get more content. You can get more, if people understand, just think about how much more room you have to work with now, that you don't have to put that first name next to the box and then last name next to the box. You would be taking up potentially twice as much space. So this is a pretty, it looks subtle and it looks really good, but it's very strategic that we made this change.
Well, you're right, Earl, and that brings up a good point. And to your point is this: there's when people, and this is a real study. When you send someone a web page and it's not responsive, or when they look at it on their cell phone and they have to draw that page up, you lose about 40% of the people because they immediately dislike having to push the page around just to find anything. So you lose a significant amount of what would be someone that would want to fill out your form right at the very get-go because your form is too large or your page is too large. This shows up extremely nice on the face of the phone. So it's right there in their face. It's like, oh, wow, this is easy. And anytime you get the word easy in your brain, you get a whole lot more people filling out the form. So we're going to say here, select your mobile app. All right, now in our select, we just go down here and Earl, give me some mobile app application. Mobile application.
What do you mean by application? What
could I use? What would be a mobile application that ComF5 provides?
Oh, you mean that people want to
Sure.
opting into?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Text messaging.
Okay. Text. Okay. So what's significant is when I click the add button, it adds the text messaging. You can see it here, text messaging. It adds that, but then I can also send an autoresponder with that. So this is a list of some of the autoresponders I have, and I apologize that I don't have all of the autoresponders that are necessary for what we're doing here, but you get my point is when they select whatever it is they're going to select here, then the system will start that autoresponder on them. Earl, give me another application.
So let's just make it industry specific because I think that resonates with a lot of people that may be watching. So let's just say menu, add menu items, for restaurants.
Okay. Add menu items. Okay. Another one.
Association name. What I'm going to do now, just jump around a lot of different industries we serve and try to make some of these examples semi-relevant to things they might be interested in.
Sure.
Yeah.
Churches.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. This is enough. So I have created my drop-down menu with my list items. Now, what's really neat about this is with the drop-down menu, I can create an autoresponder that is very specific to each one of these items. So if a restaurant person clicks, I want to add menu items, then we're just going to have to pretend here, but I can select an autoresponder that starts educating my people or the person that fills out this form on what our mobile applications can do for their menu items. Same thing with associations. If they choose associations, then I can select a different autoresponder. If they choose church applications, then I can choose a different autoresponder. And then what's really neat about that is when that person fills out this form and selects whatever it is, whatever item they select, then the system will initiate that autoresponder. And we even have the same thing with radio buttons. So you can see here, have a radio button, and I can do the same thing is, let's see, text. Yes.
Good example. That's a good example.
Okay. So here, if they choose yes, then I can have the system start an autoresponder. If they choose no, then I can have the system send an autoresponder or just not start anything at all. And I can even check this to make it required if I want to on every single option. So that is it. And I click yes, and here we are. We've got our form done. And going back to my friend that is on the telephone a lot, he does video, a lot of video. And so what he is trying to do is build instant rapport, build instant relationship. So he's just got off the phone, and this is what he tells the person that he just talked to. This is Greg. I appreciate you giving my call. He said, yes, I try to get on and off the phone with that person in less than a minute because I really want them to meet me first, then have them step forward and request the information. Then I'll spend the time with them because they are deserving of my time. And so what he has done here is he just inserts a video. Let's see, let's go up here to add block. We'll go into, we'll add an Article 1. And he'll bring it right straight up here to the top. drop it in. You'll click Edit. You'll delete every bit of this stuff out of there, including the picture. And then he'll run over here to the left. He'll click Embed Video. Says, hey, I got a video I want to embed of myself saying, hey, this is Greg. It's nice to meet you. Okay. Here we go. All right, now let's increase the size of this video or this image. Change it to 350. That's going to be a little bit too wide. Let's go about 330. Okay, make it a little wider. You can see how easy it is to manipulate images, to manipulate anything. You really don't have to know anything or be a graphics artist or anything to be able to make this stuff work. 350. All right, there we are. So I'm going to close this down, and we're going to go to next. And I'm going to show you what he does. He grabs this link right here, and he puts this link on his form. He sent himself a text message, and he put this link on his phone. Now, when he gets off of the phone with someone, he just clicks copy and then paste into his text messages and sends it over to his prospects. His prospects that just got off the phone, they get this video form. He introduces himself and says, hey, this is Greg. Go ahead and complete the form, and I'll get that information to you ASAP. So now he's got a really neat sorting and filtering system that he can use to qualify his prospects with through the text messaging arena. Earl, that's it. Do you have any questions on forms?
No, I thought that was an excellent example. And what I like about the way you do examples is that they're not canned examples. So people can see how easy it is to kind of get in there and go and make a size adjustment, go back, make a different size adjustment. You know, this was a real good working demo. I appreciate you keeping it in the spirit of just being practical. So I think we had a challenge last time on opening up the lines for some general questions. So I think we're going to give that another try. But before we do that, Connie, just want to remind everybody, you know, the purpose of this demonstration is to kind of show everybody at all different levels of ability what's possible with the system. And if you have some just high-level general questions that you do not believe are answered in the tutorials, definitely go ahead and bring those out. I just want to caution against people that may, you know, view this as an opportunity to try to learn CSS code or HTML or something like that. That's not what this demo or this call is about. So, Connie, let's give that one more shot and see if we can successfully open up the lines.
Okay. Okay, could anyone test that out, please? And I'll tell you what, if not, how about an individual pressing *6? We may have to go with an individual mute if it doesn't globally unmute. *6,
and maybe
anyone?
If you want to, yeah, so I was going to say just they should be able to independently unmute themselves if they hit
right.
*6.
Yeah, *6. In
but
fact,
it might just be something wrong with the system.
Rick Gelman, you're out there. You want to just try *6 so we know that works, please?
It's definitely not working because we have quite a few people on the line. I'm sure somebody would have a comment or statement. So I'll tell you what, people, we have just a few more minutes. Let me just try to see if I can find another maybe potential idea to unmute this line real quick.
Unmuted.
Try it again.
Connie?
We might be
There
okay.
you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who is it?
Bill.
I just
Hello?
His time was a charm.
Okay. This is Bill. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, everybody's now unmuted.
Okay.
Okay.
I just want to know if it's going to be recorded, if this has been recorded.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
I have a question for Jesse.
Sure.
Okay. Hi.
Hi, this is Diane in Montreal.
Could Connie, could you ask everybody to mute out that's not speaking so that
Sure.
I can hear?
If everyone else would press *6 if you're not speaking, that would be helpful because we're getting a lot of extraneous noise. *6, please. Except Deanne. Okay, Deanne, I think we're a little bit better.
Okay, Jesse.
Hi.
Thanks for the training. It's incredible. I love it. The question I have for you, in the previous version, we were unable to, as far as putting the link for the thank you page, there was a limit of characters. Is there still a limit with the new system, or can we have like long links in the thank you page?
I'm not certain that I understand your question.
We're still getting a lot of noise. If folks, if you could either manually mute your phone or press *6 to mute it. If you're not on the phone where you can press the button and mute, that would be helpful. We're getting a lot of noise.
Okay, let me try. The thing is, with the older form, there was a limit of characters that you can put in for the URL for the thank you page.
Oh, okay. Yes. Let's take a quick look at that. Let me bring up the this one. Let me bring this up and blow it up so you can see it. Let me open up Microsoft Word. Okay. Back in the old days, when you named your page, it would be your name here, and that was it. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, and the problem we had with that was people had really, really long names, and when they would put the URL in, it was just really long. And I think it was Sean that actually started. He was the one that sent the first ticket in and said, guys, can you please help us with these long links? He said, what I'm doing is I'm creating my online page, I'm previewing it, then I'm grabbing my HTML code, and I'm bringing it over to the HTML library, and I'm creating a HTML page with it so that the HTML library just gives me a short subdomain. So anyway, the bottom line is, if I completely lost you in what I just said, the bottom line is we're no longer using names in the URL.
Mm-hmm.
We're assigning it a number, so it will the URL will always be short. So, Deanne, what you don't have to worry about is the name anymore. You can make this name as long as you want it to be. It doesn't matter how long it is. It will never be longer than this link here, unless we run out of numbers here.
But if the thank you page brings the person to a third-party page where they have a shopping cart, where the URL is very, very long, will they be able to use that URL, which is very, very long, instead of going through a bit.ly?
That's a good question. Some of the links that are really, really, really long just don't work when you're trying to redirect, and that's why you want to use something to shorten up that link. I haven't seen any really long links, and I haven't seen any support tickets of anyone asking about a link that's not working yet. If you have one that's not working, send it to us in support.
Okay. Because it's one of my customers who had this issue, and since he's going through a bit.ly link, it makes a delay between the time the people click on subscribe and they receive the thank you page.
Yeah. Again, if you would send that to us in support,
okay,
we would love to take a look at it.
Okay, thanks, Jesse.
You bet. You're awesome. Thank you.
Before any other questions, if everybody else could still please mute their line. We're still getting a lot of background noise. *6 or manually mute. And any other questions?
Hey, I wish I had a guitar. We could do some echo. Hey, hey, hey.
I'm the one who uses the long URL. Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
We
Oh,
can hear
good. Could you send us a ticket along with the link in the ticket, and we'll take a look at it.
Yeah, I'll do that. No problem. The thing is, the length of the URL is caused because it goes to another site where people check out and they pay by Visa or MasterCard on that site, and there's a lot of information in the link that is required to link to the other site. So what we've done is we've built Bitly so it shortens the length of the URL. The thing is, when I was trying to put a longer URL in the system, it wouldn't. The system wouldn't take it because it was too long. So I don't know if there's a limit or not as for the length.
Be sure and if you would send us that link in your support ticket so we can take a look at it. Another thing that I have found that is actually better than the LY extension, the little the link shorteners with the redirects. An ISP is generally will redirect faster than the little the bit.ly, because see what happens is you program this long link or this link into bit.ly. And they give you a unique little bit.ly link, right? So when someone clicks it, they're trying to track that link. And when they track the link, depending on how much traffic they have, sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow. If there's a lot of traffic, it's really slow. And what we have found is if you just go to GoDaddy or someplace and get a domain name and then use that link for a redirect, GoDaddy will actually redirect that faster because they're not trying to track the link. They're just trying to get somebody over to that page. So you just get a domain name and then use that long link for your redirect, and that'll solve your problem almost instantaneously. It should.
Okay, noted. I'll check this out. Thank you.
Be sure and send us that in a support ticket so we can check it out for you.
I'll do that. No problem. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions? We still do have a lot of background noise, however, so Bernard can ask a question. If you could mute your line, please.
Jesse is dead. I have a question for you.
You have to speak up a little bit louder, please.
Jesse is dead. Can you hear me?
Just barely. Somebody's got their phone on speaker, and it's causing a bad echo, and I can just barely hear you. If you could try and speak up just a little bit better.
I'll try to speak up a little bit.
I can hear you.
I have created some subscribe forms during this transition period, and I just wanted to ask you a quick technical question. When I've added in the drop-down menus and or text items beyond the standard contact record questions or information, it's capturing the data whenever the subscribe form is submitted, but it's not sending that data over in on the subscribe form completed email that comes in from it so that I know what those answers were to the additional questions that I answered. Is that something that may have just happened during this transition and I just need to go recreate those forms again to get that to come through, or is that a problem that you're experiencing that you're working on?
John, do you have Jing? Hello?
Yes, I do.
Could you do us a big favor? That sounds like this is a support issue. If you would do me a really huge favor and just do a Jing video and send that to me through support, the technical guys can get that and take a look at it really fast. It would be the easiest way to look at that, so I can kind of pinpoint a little bit better on exactly what you're talking about, take a look at the form and that sort of thing.
Well, I wasn't even going to ask the question, except today I got another subscribe form completed on one that I know was completed before we did the upgrade, and it all came through on that one. So I'll make sure I do a Jing video and send that in to you.
Oh, that'll be great. That'll be awesome. Yep, you rock, buddy. Thank you, John.
Any other question? And it sounds like one more person might be on speaker, so we'd appreciate your either muting your line or taking us off speaker. But any other questions? Can you hear me?
No more questions. I guess everybody's got it.
Good. We are good to go.
Good job.
So, Earl Mann, are you there?
Sure, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Well, first of all, I'd like to really take this time to thank Jesse for taking taking our time and walking us through both of these exciting new modules. And I really appreciate the spirit of you showing not only the super easy things that are possible with our platform, but also taking the time to show what people with more advanced skill can accomplish with our technology as well. One of the things that we know separates us from the rest of the pack is that, most other products tend to fall into two categories. Toys, if you will, and serious business tools. And it was great to see that we could kind of span that range of the super easy side of things that we the toy-like side of things where you kind of just like take what you have and run really quickly, and but go all the way to the professional end. So I appreciate the spirit of your demonstration by covering both bases. I also like to take this moment to thank all of you retailers that took time out on a busy day to give us a couple of hours to get this introduction to what is going to be the start of some very, very exciting enhancements to our platform. One of the advantages we have at corporate headquarters is, we knew 2 years ago, the potential and the power of the platform and where it would ultimately get us over time. And sometimes it's not as easy for people that come to us at different stages of our evolution to fully grasp that. But I think this year is going to be the year where people really start to understand both not what only is possible today, but what is going to be possible as we move into the future. We really believe we future-proofed our technology by doing some things that allow us to adapt and change and evolve for years and years and years to come. So thanks everybody for taking the time to show up today. This is the first corporate kind of official demonstration and broad call of the 2014 year. There will be many, many more. But again, Jesse, thank you for your time today. Connie, I'd like to thank you for helping to organize and control the call as best we can. Sometimes these conference call lines get a little out of hand, especially when we have a big attended call like today, and noise becomes an issue. But I appreciate your help in organizing, welcome people, and administering the call.
Awesome. Thanks, Earl. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. All right, guys. Everybody have a great day.
Thank you, too.
Thank you.